Welcome to Lawyer Boss Life.
Welcome to Lawyer Boss Life. I'm Alay, law firm growth expert and founder of Law Firm Success Group. I've worked with attorneys all across the country to grow their law firms faster and easier than they could on their own. And today we are talking about the top 3 signs that your hourly rate is too low. That's right. You've probably heard this a lot. A lot of people feel that attorneys typically undercharge for their services, and that is absolutely true. But how do you, as an attorney, know whether you're undercharging for your services or not? It can sometimes be hard to tell because you're in the thick of it. And there's a lot of rightly placed concern about this situation. What happens if you're wrong and you think you're undercharging, but you're actually not? You might end up losing a lot of business because you raise your rates too high. Um, so we're going to talk about 3 signs that are going to tell you very clearly right now that your hourly rate is too low and that you need to raise it. Just be aware, some of these signs may be a little counterintuitive. So we're going to dig into it in a significant amount of detail today. My goal for this talk here today is at the end of it, you'll have a very good idea if you're actually undercharging or not. So first sign that your hourly rate is too low. You are converting more than 80%, more than 80% of your consultations to actual clients. And that may seem a little counterintuitive because normally it's a great thing, right? If all of your consultations become clients, that is awesome. But you should ask yourself, why is it so easy? It really shouldn't be that easy. Everyone you talk to shouldn't become a client. If they are, if it's too easy, oftentimes the reason they're signing up with you is because you are a lot lower priced than your competition. You don't know it, but your clients who are talking to other attorneys who offer similar services absolutely do. And when they see a great bargain, they're going to jump on it every single time. So, the number one sign that your hourly rate is too low is that all your consultations turn into clients. And if you're tracking how often this happens, great job. That's wonderful. That's a conversion rate. That is the number of potential clients, the percentage of potential clients that become actual clients. So 80% conversion rate would be 8 out of 10 consultations convert into clients. So if your rate is 80% or higher, so 8 out of 10 or more of your consults are becoming clients, that could be a really good sign that you're undercharging. The second sign that your hourly rate is too low is that you're actually buried with work. And again, this is one of those things that might seem like a good thing. You have plenty of work. Fantastic. That is exactly why you got into the business of law. And it's one of the signs that you have a successful practice with clients who appreciate the work that you do. But you should also ask yourself, why are you so buried with work? Why do you have so much work coming in? Now, I know you're an amazing attorney, and I know you do fantastic work for your clients, and you have some great clients, but this could be a sign also that your hourly rate is too low. Once again, when a client starts to work with you, especially if they do repeat work, for example, if you are a corporate immigration attorney and your company just continues to send you, you know, visa after visa after visa, and other companies are jumping on, and pretty soon you have work coming out of your ears. One reason could be that you are undercharging relative to, again, what your competition is charging for. And especially this can happen also with clients that you keep for long terms. So clients that have ongoing repeat work that you keep for a long time, this is one of the key areas where attorneys forget to raise their rate. And oftentimes when we start working with clients, we'll ask them, hey, when was the last time you raised your rate on your existing clients? And it's not uncommon to hear, well, I never raised my rate on my existing clients. Or we'll hear something like, oh, we haven't raised rates on existing clients for like 3 years. And if you have these repeat businesses, real estate transaction attorney, corporate immigration, employment law, these kinds of things, it could be a sign that you are bursting with work. One of the reasons is that your hourly rate is too low and it needs to be raised, whether it's for new clients or existing clients or potentially for both. All right, and here's the last one. The third sign that your hourly rate is too low. And again, this one may come as a bit of a surprise. So we'll have to think through this. I'll have to explain it, but it is absolutely true. Check this out. The referrals you get from your colleagues, they might be doing the same kind of law that you are, in fact, oftentimes are. Those referrals are to clients who actually can't afford you. Now, this may make you think that your hourly rate is actually too high because these potential clients can't afford your rate. But we have to dig a little bit deeper. Why is it that your colleagues and sometimes your competition are referring these clients to you in the first place? The reason they're referring it to you is because your reputation is that of the attorney that will take low rate work. That's why they're sending you low rate work. And so that reputation is usually built on an element of truth to it. So once you develop that reputation as the attorney that does low rate work, you're going to get a bunch of low rate referrals. And if your clients can't afford you, it's a sure sign that you have to change your image a little bit. You're no longer the low rate work person. You have got to elevate your reputation so that you are considered an attorney who charges fair prices for really, really good work. And in that context, the best way to start doing that is to get that rate up and to talk to those referral sources and tell them, look, I know you might think that I do low rate work and that was true in the past. I'm just letting you know that I've raised my rates recently because I have a lot of work, more business than I can possibly handle. And so here is like my current rate, and here's the kind of client I'm looking for. If you have if you have a client who can't really afford legal fees, here are some resources that they might find useful. You can at that point refer them to the bar association, another organization that supports that will actually help with subsidizing legal fees or have grants to provide legal fees for low income clients. Or, and this one's really sneaky, but I'm going to give it to you anyway, or you can refer them to your competition. Okay. That's a fun thing to do sometimes. So I'm just putting it out there. So those are the top 3 signs that your hourly rate is too low. Number 1, you have more than 8 out of 10 potential clients sign your fee agreement and become actual clients. Number 2, you are buried with work with no end in sight, especially if you work with clients on multiple matters over time. And number 3, the referrals you're getting from your colleagues and your competition are to clients who cannot afford your fees. So I hope you found that helpful. If you want to work with me to grow your firm without working nights and weekends, visit lawfirmsuccessgroup.com and schedule a meeting with me. And if you like this video, please do hit the like button and send this to someone whose rate is too low. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.